Exceptional living. Session 6. Clear communication, safe environments, and meaningful legacy. Written by Daniel Eramosely. Presented by Dana Media. What will remain after your achievements have been forgotten? Will people remember only what you accomplished? Or will they remember how your words, leadership, and example helped them become better? Exceptional living begins with personal transformation, but it must eventually extend beyond the individual. Welcome to Session 6, the final session of Exceptional Living. Throughout this journey, we have examined the inside-out shift, mental discipline, emotional resilience, energy management, purposeful habits, reflection, relationships, and empathy. We will now complete the journey by exploring clear communication, psychologically safe environments, and meaningful legacy. Communication is more than exchanging words. It is the process of transferring understanding from one person to another. A person may speak many words and still fail to communicate clearly. When your message is confused, unnecessarily long, or emotionally reactive, the listener must work hard to discover what you actually mean. This can create misunderstanding, frustration, and conflict. Clear communication reduces confusion and builds cooperation. The first discipline of clear communication is listening to understand. Many people listen only until they find an opportunity to speak. While the other person is talking, they are mentally preparing an argument, defense, opinion, or personal story. Exceptional listening requires silencing your internal reply long enough to understand the speaker's perspective. Pay attention to their words, emotional tone, priorities, and concerns. Before presenting your own opinion, repeat what you understood. You might say, "To make sure I understand you correctly." You are saying that the delay has created additional pressure and that you need a clearer plan. Is that correct? This simple practice gives the other person an opportunity to clarify their meaning before you respond. The second discipline is using simple and direct words. Brevity is a form of respect. It protects the listener from unnecessary mental effort. Before speaking or writing, identify three things. What is the present situation? What is the central message? What specific action should happen next? Remove irrelevant details, defensive explanations, and repeated points that weaken the message. Clarity does not mean speaking harshly. You can be direct and still remain respectful, thoughtful, and compassionate. Clear communication is especially important during disagreement. Conflict is not always proof that a relationship has failed. It may reveal that expectations, responsibilities, boundaries, or goals have not been properly aligned. When people feel threatened, they commonly respond by attacking, defending themselves, or withdrawing. Exceptional communication introduces a better process. Begin by pausing before responding. One slow breath can prevent a temporary emotion from producing permanent damage. Instead of immediately defending yourself, ask a thoughtful question. You might say, "Please help me understand what led you to that conclusion," or "What outcome would you consider fair in this situation?" Focus upon the issue rather than attacking the person. State what happened objectively. Explain its effect without accusation. Then work together towards a clear solution. The goal of communication should not always be to prove that you are right. It should be to create understanding, protect dignity, and make constructive progress. Communication becomes even more powerful when it helps create a safe environment for other people. A psychologically safe environment is one in which people can ask questions, share ideas, express concerns, and acknowledge mistakes without expecting humiliation or unnecessary punishment. This does not mean reducing standards or ignoring irresponsible behavior. Healthy environments combine high standards with relational safety. People should be accountable, but they should also know that one honest mistake will not destroy their dignity or position. Fear has a damaging effect upon individuals and organizations. When employees fear ridicule, they hide ideas. When children fear shame, they hide mistakes. When family members fear angry reactions, they hide their true feelings. The problem does not disappear simply because people stop discussing it. It moves underground, where it often becomes more dangerous. A leader's response to mistakes determines whether people will bring future problems into the light or attempt to conceal them. When an error occurs, Move away from the question, who can we blame? Ask, what happened? What did we learn? What must change in the system to prevent this from happening again? Correct people where necessary, but do not use correction as an opportunity to destroy their confidence. Every environment becomes healthier when truth can be spoken with respect and mistakes can be converted into learning. A safe environment also gives everyone a fair opportunity to contribute. In many meetings, families, businesses, and organizations, a few confident voices dominate every conversation. Quieter people may possess valuable insight, but never receive the space to express it. Do not assume that silence means a lack of intelligence or interest. Intentionally invite people into the discussion. Ask, what is your perspective? Then listen without interrupting. When appropriate, allow each person a defined period to speak before anyone speaks a second time. You can also ask people to write down their ideas before a discussion. This allows ideas to be evaluated by their value rather than by the status or confidence of the person presenting them. Leaders should also acknowledge their own mistakes. A leader who pretends to know everything creates an atmosphere where everyone else feels compelled to hide uncertainty. You can say, I made the wrong decision, or I do not yet know the answer, and I need your contribution. Honest humility does not weaken responsible leadership, it strengthens trust. The emotional condition of a leader often becomes the emotional atmosphere of the environment. When you enter a room carrying unmanaged anger, fear, or panic, other people become defensive. When you bring calmness, clarity, and self-control, people feel safer to think, speak, and contribute. Ask yourself, when someone makes a mistake in the environment I lead, do they hide it or bring it forward? Are certain voices repeatedly ignored? Do people feel safe enough to disagree respectfully? Does my presence create unnecessary tension or thoughtful stability? Your personal growth should eventually help other people grow. This brings us to the final dimension of exceptional living legacy. Legacy is not merely what people say about you after your life has ended. It is what continues to grow because you lived. It is found in the people you developed, the values you modeled, the knowledge you shared, the systems you built, and the problems you helped to solve. Personal success focuses upon what you acquire. Significance focuses upon what you transmit. Success may bring wealth, recognition, influence, and achievement. These are not wrong, but they become more meaningful when they are used to elevate other people. Your blessings are not intended to end with you. Your experience can guide someone. Your knowledge can educate someone. Your resources can create an opportunity. Your encouragement can restore someone's courage. A meaningful legacy is built through daily contribution, not one grand action performed at the end of life. Begin by intentionally guiding someone. Identify a person who possesses potential and a desire to grow but lacks clear direction. Offer your time, experience, and encouragement. Help them examine their goals, recognize obstacles, develop strong habits, and avoid mistakes you have already learned from. Mentorship benefits both people. Teaching another person forces you to clarify what you know and strengthens your own understanding. Conduct a regular legacy review. Every few months, step away from immediate responsibilities and ask, if I continue living as I am now, what effect will my life have upon my family, organization, church, community, or generation? Am I building something that can continue without my physical presence? Who is becoming wiser, stronger, or more capable because I invested in them? These questions help separate temporary activity from lasting contribution. Dedicate part of your resources to serving others. Contribution may involve money, but it also includes attention, time, skills, knowledge, influence, prayer, and encouragement. Do not wait until you possess everything before you begin giving something. Use what is presently in your hands. An exceptional life follows a complete circle. You begin by taking responsibility for your internal world. You train your mind, govern your emotions, protect your attention, renew your energy, and align your life with purpose. You translate that internal development into habits, focused action, reflection, healthy relationships, empathy, and clear communication. Then you direct your developed capacity outwards to create safe environments, mentor people, strengthen communities, and build a meaningful legacy. You grow so that others can grow through you. As this audiobook series concludes, remember that exceptional living is not a destination reserved for a gifted few. It is a daily decision available to anyone willing to live deliberately. You do not need to change everything in one moment. Protect 1 hour, strengthen one habit, repair one relationship, encourage one person, complete one meaningful task. Take one courageous step, then repeat the process tomorrow. Your blueprint has been presented. The principles are clear. The responsibility now belongs to you. Thank you for completing the Exceptional Living audiobook series, written by Daniel Eramosole and presented by Dana Media. If this series has added value to your life, please subscribe to the Dana Media YouTube channel, share these sessions with others, and tell us in the comments which principle has made the greatest difference in your life. Until we meet in another transformative audiobook series, live with clarity, lead with empathy, serve with purpose, and build a legacy that continues to speak. The step is yours to take.